is high. Deuce is low. Call it right and win the dough on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you very much. I thank you. Welcome to Card Sharks, a game of decisions. Thank you. You're very kind. A game of decisions where you can win a fortune on the turn of a single card. And if you were with us last time, you know that just as time ran out, we crowned a champion, and he's going to play the money cards for the big money right now. So let's bring him out. Stephen Ballard.
Hello, Stephen. Pleasure to be back.
Let me ask you now. Now, you've had a day to think about it. You won the championship and the money. Do you think it's better to have that day to think about going to the money cards or go right to it?
It's better to go right to it.
Then let's do it right now. Let's open the board and get to the money cards. All right, good luck, Stephen. I know you have thought about it. Come on up here now, and here's how we play the money cards. Now, you won 2 games in our best 2 out of 3 match at $100 each. That's $200. You keep that. Now we've got a brand new deck of cards, and they're shuffled and cut, and this time we're going to give you new money to play with. This time you're going to bet that money. Starting at the bottom line with $200, you bet that money as you wish with these 3 cards. When you move up to the second level, we add another $200 of betting money, and you bet that as you will. Minimum bets are $50 until you get to that top card, that big bet, and there you have to bet at least half the dollars. I know you know it can add up. It can be thousands. Good luck. Let's do it, Stephen, and start you with $200.
Thank you, Jim.
And as always, you have a choice of 2 base cards to start with. We'll give you the first one. It is a 6. Do you want to play that 6, or do you want to change it?
I'd like to change it, Jim.
Now, you must play this one. It is an 8. Oh, not a very good... Well, okay, maybe the next one will do it. You're going to start off with an 8. You have $200, Stephen. What's your bet on this card?
$100 higher, Jim.
You're a gambler. You're going to bet half of it on that 8. $100 higher than an 8. It's
all
a
right,
king.
all
Very
right.
much higher. Yeah.
Fantastic.
$300 and a king.
$300 lower.
Lower than a king. Remember, if it's another king you lose, it must be
All of
lower
it.
than a king. $300, the whole thing. It's another king. You lost that $300, but you're not out of it yet, Stephen. You're not out of it because we're going to move that king up to the next level and give you that $200. You've got 200. You've got a good card. Now, 2 of the kings are gone in that deck. What's it going to be?
I'll bet it all, Jim. $200 that it's lower than a king.
All right, $200 lower. Come on, let's build it up. You still have a way to go, and it can build up. It's a 3, very much lower. All right. That's the way to have them come up. $400 and a 3. What's your bet?
$400 that it's higher than a 3, Jim.
Higher than a 3, the whole thing. The audience wants you to do it. Good luck. Higher than a 3. $400. It's a 4. Ooh. Ooh. All it has to be is higher. It still gives you a good card there. You've got $800 and a 4.
$800 and it's higher.
Now remember, Stephen, you have no money at all if this is not higher. Now, you don't have any more $200. You want to bet it all.
All of it.
All right, $800. Higher than a 4. It's a 5. Oh, wow. And what are the odds? Remember, the cards are all cut and shuffled. What are the odds on coming out 3, 4, 5? We're going to move that 5 up now for the big bet. You must bet at least half of it. You have to bet at least $800. You can bet more. You have $1,600 and a 5. What's your big bet?
I've been real brave up to now, but I'll bet $800 that it's higher than a 5.
$800. You're betting $800 higher than a 5. It's a 9! $2,400, Stephen. Well, you had a day to think about it.
That was great. Great. It was a long night.
It was a long night, but it worked out well. $2,400, $200 for the game, $2,600 and a new challenger coming out right after this. Good job. Stephen Ballard, great comeback there.
Sure was. Got real lucky.
They had terrible cards, bad cards. It's,
Squeaking right along one after another.
it doesn't, as long as you get it that one higher or one lower, it doesn't make any difference. You ready to meet a new challenger?
I'm ready.
Then we'll get into a new match. Right now, let's open the board and let's get to the cards. Janice and Ann, if you will, start loading in the cards for the match. The red cards on the top will be played by our champion, Stephen, and the lower cards, the blue cards, will be played by the challenger. And now let's meet our next challenger on Card Sharks. Donna Melendez. Nice to have you here, Donna. Donna, they told me beforehand now something about you. They said you're a housewife, but you're coming out here with a strange being. What is that?
My good luck charm, my little troll doll.
Your little troll. Has this troll brought you luck before?
Yes.
How?
I made $100 from gambling. So I hope it does the same
Well,
thing
that's
now.
terrific.
I just hope I don't make them bald first.
Hang on to the troll. Good luck in the match. Each player has their own deck of 52 playing cards. They're shuffled and cut before we go on the air. The red cards on the top will be played by Stephen. The lower cards, the blue cards, will be played by Donna. Now, the object of the game is to work your way across the board, predicting whether each of these cards is higher or lower than the one that precedes it. Before you can begin calling high-low on the cards, you have to first answer a high-low toss-up question. They're all based on a poll of 100 people, and they test your ability to judge human nature. Stephen, the first question to you. We asked 100 Playboy bunnies across the country, do you think Hugh Hefner is sexy? Now, you know he's the head of the Playboy organization, right? How many Playboy bunnies said Hefner is sexy?
Well, Jim, the only Playboy bunnies I've ever seen have been folded in half. So,
They look nice with staples in the navel, I guess.
well, he is the head of that empire, so I'd have to say it'd be a good number. 73.
73. You think a lot of them think he's sexy. It says 73 Playboy bunnies think that Hefner is sexy. Donnie, you think it's higher or lower?
I would have to agree with Steve, but I believe the number is lower.
You say lower. The audience agrees with you. If it is lower, you'll go to the board first. If not, Stephen gets first crack at the cards. Well, the actual number of Playboy bunnies who believe in job security and think that Hugh Hefner is sexy is 25. Lower, Donna. You've got control of the board. And we'll take a look at your base card. Now, Donna, you won the high-low toss-up question, so you have the right to change this base card if you'd like. You're starting with a queen.
I'll keep the queen, and the next card is lower.
Lower than a queen. Remember, if it's another queen you lose, it must be lower than a queen. It's a jack. Just lower. Wow. Donna, at this point, you can freeze and protect your position, or you can continue calling high-low all the way across the board. Remember, if you make a mistake, you lose all of the cards. Back to your base card, and you give Stephen a free crack at his cards. What's it
I'm
going to
go ahead, and the next card is lower.
Lower than a jack. Getting encouragement from the audience. It's a king. It's not lower, and you lose both of them, and Stephen will look at your base card. You cannot change it. You did not answer the high-low toss-up question. You've got a 10 to play with, Stephen. Call this one.
Low, Jim.
Lower than a 10. It's a 4.
Good. I'll go one more time, Jim. Higher than a 4.
Higher than a 4. It's a 9.
Just freeze right there.
Freeze it right there. We'll move the freeze bar over. Need just 2 cards to win. Janice, if you will, fill in the spaces as Donna needs 4. And the first player to get to the end of the board wins the game in $100. We play the best 2 out of 3. The winner of the match goes on to play those money cards, whereas you know you can win thousands. Donna, we asked 100 priests in California, do you believe that creation literally took only 6 days? How many priests said yes?
I understand the question, but I really wouldn't know how to make an explanation of it, but I would say at least 89.
How many?
89.
89. She says that 89 priests believe that creation took 6 days. Stephen, higher or lower?
Well, it takes a lot longer to build a house, so I'll say it's got to be lower than that, Jim.
Lower than that. The actual number of priests who believe that creation took literally 6 days is 3.
Whoa!
Lower, Stephen. Yes.
You want to be close.
Yes, I think liturgically they think in terms of it being the creative days, not necessarily a 24-hour day. So, Stephen, you got the control. You have the 9. You can change it.
I'd like to change it, Jim.
Here's the next card off the top of your deck. It is another 9.
Oh, boy.
You want to play a red 9 or a black 9, Stephen?
I'll take the red 9.
Okay. Call this.
Next card is going to be higher.
Higher. You're going against the odds.
Going against the odds.
Going against the odds and saying higher than a 9. No, 5. Going against the odds did not pay off. It's a break for Donna. Donna, play off the queen and call this.
The next card is lower.
Lower than a queen. It's a 7.
I'm going to go ahead, and the next card is lower.
And you're going against the odds. Let's see if this pays off lower than a 7. That title is right.
I'm going to go ahead, and the next card is higher.
Higher than a 4. It's a 2. Donna, you lose all 3 of them. Fill in the spaces, and we go to the next question to you, Stephen. We polled 100 housewives across the country and asked them, do you ever do your housework in the nude? How many said yes?
Well, I'm a single guy, and I can't imagine such a thing, but I'll say about 27.
27. You're a single guy. Do you do your housework in the nude, Stephen?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Donna, higher or lower?
It's got to be lower. I don't think that many would do it in the nude.
The actual number of housewives who do their housework in the nude is 9. It's lower, Donna. Donna, we're still looking at that queen. Do you want to play it?
Oh, I'm going to play it again. It's going to be lower.
Lower than a queen. It's a 6.
I'm going to gamble again, say the next card's higher.
Higher than a 6. It's a 5. Could not advance once again. A break for Stephen. Play off the 9 and call this card.
Lower.
Lower than a 9. This time he goes with the odds, and it pays off. What are you going to do, Stephen?
I'm going to go for it.
You're going to risk it? Call it.
It's got to be higher, Jim.
If this is higher, you have the first game of the match. Higher than a 6 for the win. It's a queen. Win number 1 and $100, Stephen. Good play. Clear the board, Janice. We'll get to the next game of our best 2 out of 3 match. Right after this, hang on to that troll, Donna. You're going to need it. And we're back with game number 1 to Stephen the champion. So, Donna, you better warm up that troll. You need it right now. Let's fill in the cards for the next game. Same decks of cards right off the top. And the question starts to you, Donna. We asked 100 married women in a California studio audience, did you marry the first man you made love to? How many said yes? Tough question.
I would say only 6 did.
6. Stephen, higher or lower than 6, said they married the first man they made love to.
Well, I think one's just as good as another, so it's got to be higher than 6.
Higher. The actual number of women who married the first man they made love to is 45. It's higher, Stephen. All right, Stephen, we'll look at that base card. You can change it if you'd like. You start with a jack.
Good card. Good card, Jim. Next card's lower, Jim.
Lower than a jack. It's a 10.
One more time. Lower.
Lower than a 10. It's a 2.
All right.
Great card.
All right, another time, please. Higher than a 2.
With that 2, on second thought, you'll go on. Higher than a 2, risking both of those cards and this one. It's an 8.
3.
Freeze it right there, needing one more card. Next question goes to you, Stephen. We asked 100 California policemen, confidentially, has a woman ever charmed you out of giving her a ticket? How many policemen said yes?
How many would admit it? I think...
Confidential poll.
Confidential poll. Okay. I'll say 29.
29. He says 29 policemen let a woman talk herself out of a ticket.
I know people personally that have talked themselves out of a ticket. It's higher.
Higher than that? The actual number of policemen who said a woman charmed them out of giving a ticket is 57. It's higher, Donna. And Donna, you've got to make a comeback, so we'll start with this base card. It is an 8. You can change it.
I'd like to change that, please.
Here's the next one. It is a 9. A little bit better card. Call this.
Next card's lower.
Lower than a 9. It is a 2. Now, Donna, remember, if you make a mistake, he needs just one card to win. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go ahead. The next card is higher.
Higher than a 2. It's a 9.
I'm going to freeze.
You'll freeze it right there, needing 2 cards. Stephen needs 1. The next question to you, Donna. We asked 100 people in a California studio audience, since you turned 21, have you taken something from a store without paying for it? How many admitted they had?
I think after the age of 21, I don't think you're going to go out and take things. I would say 15.
15. Stephen, higher or lower than 15?
Well, there's an awful lot of things laying around out there, so I'll say higher than 15.
You say higher. The audience agrees with you. The actual number of people who admitted taking something from a store without paying for it is 15. Right on the button now, Donnie. You can change this 9 if you'd like.
I want to change my card, please.
And we have a 4. What's better card?
That's a lot better card. The next card is higher.
Higher than a 4. It's a 10. You need 1 card, but Stephen needs 1 card. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go ahead. And the next card's lower.
Lower. If this is lower, we have a tie match. If not, Stephen has a chance to win it. Lower than a 10. It's a jack. You could not do it. Stephen gets a chance to call off this 8. Call this card, Stephen.
I'll call lower, Jim.
Lower. If this is lower, you remain the champion and get to the money cards. It's a 3. You did it.
My heart.
Congratulations. I think you knew you were taking a risk there with that last one, Donna, right? Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope we have some nice gifts for you. I hope you had fun. Thank you, Donna. Stephen, come on down here. We're going to go for the money in another moment.
I don't have to wait this time.
No, you don't have to wait, but you got to wait for this commercial message. We'll be right back. And we're back with our champion, Stephen Ballard, who now has $2,800. You ready?
I am ready.
Yeah, you got to get past that bottom line this time.
I sure do.
That's what hurts you the last time. You made a great comeback. Let's see if we can go all the way this time. Let's open the board, get to the money cards. You're eager to get up there, Stephen, right?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
And again, for those who may have tuned in late, here's how we do it. $200 you won is yours to keep. New money, new cards. And you're going to bet that money this time as you play with $200 here at the bottom on these 3 cards. When you move to the second level, we add another $200 of betting money. And again, you can bet it as you wish. Remember, $50 minimum bets till you get to that top card, the big bet. And there you have to bet at least half the dollars. That paid off for you very well the last time. You ready?
I'm ready, Jim.
$200. Let's get a good card to start with this time. We have a 5. Want to play that? Or you want to change it?
I'll change it.
You'll change it. That's a pretty good card. You're hoping for a better one. An ace!
All right.
Well, if you really want to play the 5, Stephen, you...
Can I?
You got an ace at $200. Call it.
I'll bet it all. Next card's lower.
Can't say as I blame you. $200 lower than an ace. It's a 5. That's a good time to see another 5. Now you've got $400 and a 5, Stephen.
I'll bet $300 that the next card is higher.
Higher. $300 higher than a 5. It's an ace. Oh, lovely.
All right.
Lovely.
Aces.
$700.
I'll bet $700 that the next card is lower.
Lower than an ace, $700. It's a 10. $1,400. You're going great guns. We're going to move that 10 up. $200 more added. Now you've got $1,600 and a 10. Be careful now. What's your bet?
$600 that the next card is lower than a 10.
600. Lower than a 10. He did it. Yeah. Heard someone in the audience say, do it, just as that card turned over. $2,200 and a 9.
That's easy for them to say. It's easy.
Yes.
I'll bet $200, Jim. The next card's lower.
All right, try to get a better card. Good bet, though.
Let's go deuce. Come on,
$200
deuce.
lower than a 9. It's a deuce.
All right.
Ask and you shall receive. You've got $2,400 and a deuce.
All of it. All right. $2,400 that the next card is higher than a deuce. Do it, Jim.
$2,400 higher than a 2. It's a 4. $4,800 and a good card. We'll move it up here. Now, Stephen, listen carefully. You must bet at least $2,400. You can bet more. You have $4,800 and a 4. What is that big bet?
I'm awfully excited. I need to think. There's 16 cards in the deck. A lot of cards. I'll bet $2,400, Jim.
Why do you say 16 cards in the deck?
That'll beat it.
Oh, 16 cards. Oh, you've already figured out the other 16 that'll do it to you. Okay. You're
Lot of
betting
cards.
$2,400.
$2,400 that the next card is higher than a 4.
$2,400 bet, higher than a 4. It's $7,200. Good job. You really figured out those odds.
I'm going to die. That's real money.
That's real money, honest to God money. You have around $10,000 now.
Thank you.
We'll be back. What are you going to do with $10,000?
Pay last year's taxes.
We'll be see you next time on Card Sharks. Bye-bye.
Some of our contestants will receive St. Mary's luxurious bath fashions. Colorful towels with rugs and bath carpeting of 100% Dacron polyester. Soft, thick pile that's completely machine washable. And Prince Gardner matching leather accessories smartly styled for fashion-conscious men or women. A perfect gift to fine name Prince Gardner. And a selection of Tente products. The great new building set from Hasbro. With Tente, it's a snap to be a better builder. And from Gallery of Homes, a current listing brochure. Gallery of Homes, a national network of independent real estate brokers. We bring people home. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
Stephen, higher or lower than 15?
Well, there's an awful lot of things laying around out there, so I'll say higher than 15.
You say higher. The audience agrees with you. The actual number of people